There's a version of success that nobody warns you about. It looks like a good salary, a nice apartment, a car that starts every morning without a prayer attached to it. And yet, somehow, by the 25th of every month, the number in the account doesn't match the number in your head. This isn't a story about poverty. This is a story about something quieter, something that doesn't show up on a resume or a LinkedIn post or a payslip. This is the story of the invisible leak. Somewhere along the way, most of us built a quiet formula in our heads. If I earn more, I'll feel secure. It's not an unreasonable belief. When you were earning less, more money really did solve real problems. Rent, groceries, that one bill you dreaded opening. But here's what nobody tells you. The formula has an expiration date, because the moment your income crosses a certain line, the line where your basic needs stop being a daily fight, something strange happens. The goalposts don't disappear. They move. Research on income and well-being has found that emotional well-being rises with income only up to a point. After that, more money stops buying more peace. What starts filling that space instead isn't security. It's comparison. Nobody sends you a bill for this one, but you're paying it anyway. Every time your income goes up, so does your visibility into other people's lives. New friend group, new coworkers, new neighborhood. Instagram doesn't help. Neither does the group chat, where someone casually mentions a vacation that costs more than your monthly rent. The result is what some behavioral economists call the hedonic treadmill. You upgrade your lifestyle just fast enough to always feel like you're one step behind the life you think you should be living. The apartment gets bigger, the car gets nicer, the subscriptions multiply. And the strange part is, none of it was a single reckless decision. It was dozens of small, reasonable feeling ones. That's the trap. Nothing about it feels irresponsible in the moment. Let's slow this down and actually watch it happen. Year 1 of a new job. You keep living like you did before because the raise still feels unreal. You save aggressively. You feel proud. Year 2, you've earned a few upgrades, a better phone, eating out more. It feels deserved. And it is. Year 3, your fixed costs have quietly grown to match your new income, not because you were careless, but because every individual decision made sense on its own. By year 4, you're earning significantly more than you did, and saving roughly the same dollar amount you did back when you had far less. This is lifestyle creep. It doesn't arrive as a decision. It arrives as 100 small yeses. Here's the part that stings a little. Take 2 people. Person A earns significantly more than person B, but saves nothing extra as income rises. Person B earns less, but automates a fixed percentage into savings before ever seeing the money. Run that forward for 15 years, factoring in modest compound growth. Person B, the lower earner, ends up with a materially larger net worth, not because they were smarter, not because they earned more, because they built a system that didn't depend on willpower. That's the uncomfortable truth hiding underneath most "I make good money, but I'm still broke" stories. It was never really about the income. It was about the gap between what came in and what silently walked out the door. So what actually closes this gap? Not another raise. Not a side hustle, though those help. It's 3 shifts, and none of them are exciting. First, pay yourself before the month gets a vote. A fixed percentage, automated, before you see the rest. Second, let your lifestyle rise slower than your income. Not never. Slower. Even a modest gap compounding over a decade is the difference between comfort and constant tension. Third, track the leak. Don't just feel it. Most people who don't know where the money goes have simply never looked. 30 minutes with a spreadsheet ends more financial anxiety than any raise ever will. None of this is glamorous. It won't make a good highlight reel. But it's the difference between a life that looks good and a life that actually feels secure. The people who feel financially at peace aren't always the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who stop the leak before it started and let time do the rest. Because in the end, the ledger doesn't care how much you made. It only cares what you kept.